Sunshines, it's Sunny Bunny here, and today we are going to be doing a different type of video. We are going to be doing a personality test. My friend Katie actually recommended this to me, so thank you, girl. And she was taking this test, and she's like, hey, maybe you should take this test. And I'm like, hey, good idea for a video, and she thought so too. And so here we are. So it says, fast and easy, takes less than 12 minutes, be yourself. Answer honestly even if you don't like the answer. And that's a big one because sometimes we're not completely honest with our answers because it'll say like, oh, are you self-centered? And they're like, no, I'm not self-centered. And like everybody else knows like, oh yeah, you are totally self-centered. So I'll try to answer as honestly as I can. Complete it all. Try not to leave any neutral answers, which is interesting. So let's start this. You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. See, I'm not a very outgoing person. I will say that about myself. I'm more like there'll be a party and I'm kind of like just sitting in the background kind of thing. So I'm gonna have to say I'll do like more over here, cause I'm not like a big I'm not a big, like, vibrant person kind of thing. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. I'll put middle one for that. It's kind of like 50-50 for me. Your travel plans are more likely to look like rough lists of ideas than a detailed... Yes, that is totally me. Because I always say, like, I always want to go here, here, here. But it's never, like what I want to do. It's just like, oh, I would like to go here. It's just like, yeah, it's like a rough draft kind of thing. You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it has taken place. Agree. I always overthink things. I always overthink things. It's ridiculous how much I overthink stuff. And like I always say it, I'm like, oh man, if I would have said this, I think it would have ended differently, blah, 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 blah. Like I always overthink stuff and it's really bad. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, try not to solve their problem. See, now this is different. I do try to support them, but if they want me to, like, if they want help from me, I will try to solve their problem for them. Like, if they want me to, I will try to solve their problem for them. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is support them emotionally, not to try to solve their problem. See, it depends on what your friend comes to you with. Like if your friend is sad, I think I'll go here because I do try to support them and like try to figure out like what's going on and like I do try to help them, but I mean I don't try to solve the problem, maybe like give them ideas and stuff like that, but people can rarely upset you. No, people can upset me pretty easily. Depending. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. Yes, exactly. I am so bad at starting a conversation. Especially with someone I don't know or I'm meeting for the first time. So bad at starting a conversation. Let me tell you. I will literally sit there and be like... And like just smile at them. And then they're usually the ones like, so where do you go to school? And then I'll start like a conversation with them. But no. I will literally sit there for the longest time. It's so bad. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold to make sure it's your top priority to get backtrack as soon as possible. It depends on what my plans are. If they're important enough to me, I will. If they're not, then I'll just be like, whatever, I'll do it another day. So I'll put it like in the middle because yeah, I mean, it depends on how important my plans are. Like, if I have to, like, just, like, vacuum my room, and I'm doing something, I'm like, okay, I'll just vacuum my room tomorrow. It's like, no big deal for me. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone. Oh, no, I disagree with that. Oh, no, I worry a lot. I mean, I always wonder, like, oh, did they like me? Did they, I'm very like that. Very like that. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. No, I would have to disagree with that. I would be like right there because I would probably whole weekend by yourself without feeling bored. No, because there would be like a bunch of different places that I could go to. I could read, I could get stuff done. Like it wouldn't be a challenge for me, I don't think. There'd be a bunch of places that I could go and have fun with. You are more of a detail-oriented person than a big picture person. I would have to say in the middle for this. because I'm not detail oriented, but I'm not a big picture person either. I'm kind of like in the middle. Like I see what they're saying, but I don't see like the big picture of it. Like down the road, this is where I don't, and I'm not very detail oriented. Like I'm not like, okay, when I'm 30, I want this, this, and this to happen. I'm not like that person at all. You are very affectionate with people you care about. Agree. The people that I care about are the most important people to me, and I show affection sometimes by being mean or like being sassy, and the people I know that like know me, so they're like, "Oh yeah, like if they give me sass, I'll give them sass back," kind of thing. So, that's what it is. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. Eh, I kind of agree with that. I mean, I guess I kind of do. I mean, I don't go around like willy nilly, but you are still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time ago. Agree. I don't fully agree with that, but I mean, there are some mistakes that I made like with friendships and stuff like that that I wish I could like go back and fix. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Yeah, basically. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm literally sitting in a corner like doing nothing or just watching them. I'm not like in there unless someone brings me into it. I'm sitting on the sidelines doing nothing. I'm very very shy. I'm not an outspoken person. I am the opposite of my sister. My sister's like the one that'll like go into a crowd and be like woohoo. I'm like sitting there like, yeah, have fun you guys. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. Actually, no, I kind of disagree with that. No, I don't. No, no. I mean, if they want their emotions to guide them, sometimes I do. Like, oh, okay, I'm feeling not that great today, so I'm not gonna be that great. Like, I mean, when looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog. Yes, I think everybody is like that. Unless they are like, oh, I want to watch this movie, and they know what they're gonna watch. Everybody's like that. They're like, no, 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 whatever. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. Eh, nah. Depending on what kind of pressure. When a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping in. No. Nope. 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 Actually, I'll fully disagree with that. I do have a problem with jumping in. I will not jump into somebody's conversation that I have no clue. Unless it's something like relatable, I will like be like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like unless someone like literally looks at me and is talking to me, I will not jump into their conversation. I think it's kind of rude because I don't know them. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes they're weird. Sometimes they're awesome. Sometimes they're scary. They're all over the place. In your opinion, is sometimes okay to step on others? No, I will never step on others unless they've done me wrong. Then I feel no pain. If you are dedicated and focused on your goals, you only rarely get sidetracked. No, no, I get sidetracked a lot. Like a lot. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself. Yes, yes. Like I said, I doubt myself all the time. When in a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself. I agree fully with that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if there's a group of people and I know like two of them, I will talk to those two people. I will not talk to the other five that are in a group. That's not happening. Sorry. We're only on 40%. Jeez, this is taking forever. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. I guess. Yeah, probably. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. Oh, no, 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 no. No, I cry in front of others all the time. Yeah. You feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busty atmosphere than to more quiet and intimate ones. I kind of disagree with that. No, I'm like, nah, I'm like halfway. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. I kind of agree with that. I mean, I always like say like, oh, is there going to be like rocket ships in the future? Like we always. I think we all do that though. I think we all look like that, and we're all like. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. In the middle. It's like 50-50 with me. Sometimes my heart, sometimes my head. It's 50-50 with me. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. I kind of agree with that. But I mean, like, what would that be? I don't understand. You can't imagine dedicating your life to the study of something you cannot see, touch, or experience. What, like air? Like the study of air kind of thing? Like, I don't understand. Wind? Like being a weather person kind of thing? I don't know. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. I kind of disagree with this one. I usually just try to forgive them. I like forgive and forget kind of thing. I don't try to get revenge. Or I try to make them feel like a piece of shit. Like, I try to be like, I just don't talk to them. You often make decisions on a whim. I will kind of agree with that. Yeah. I kind of think things out first, but I mean, sometimes I'm just like, hey, let me do this. If I'm there, and I'm like say I'm at the mall, and I see a shop, I'll make a decision to just go in, kind of thing. But I mean, if someone says like, hey, you want to do something? I'll be like, okay, let me ask first, then I'll do it. Time you spend yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. Time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. Now, I'm trying to be completely honest with myself. Like, that's what they said. So I'm really trying to think. Actually, no. I disagree with that. Because, I am like probably literally the most boringest person in the world. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning of the message behind a song or movie. Nah, I don't do that. I just listen to the song. Some people do that. I don't. You always know exactly what you want. Does anybody really know exactly what they want in life? Or just exactly what they want? Like, I mean, like, if we're going to the same place, I'll be like, yeah, I know what I want, but you rarely think back on the choices you've made and wonder what you could have done differently. Yes. Oh, no. I disagree. You rarely, sorry. No. I disagree with that. I always think about what the choices I've made. I always overthink things, like I said. When you're in a public place, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas. Agreed. I don't like a lot of crowded areas. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. I kind of in the middle. I mean, I kind of 50-50. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. I kind of disagree with that. I mean, like, if someone's sad, I can understand why they're, like, I'm not just going to look at them and be like, you sad, you mad? I mean, if they're crying, that pretty much means they're sad. When starting work on a project, you prefer to make decisions upfront as possible. I kind of agree with that. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it'll be until they become disappointed in you. I always think that. I'm like, oh, people are always disappointed in me, kind of thing. You feel comfortable just walking up to find it. No. Nope. I will never do that. I will never just walk up to someone and be like, hey, so, what's your name? I will never do that. 70%, we're almost done. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios. Yes, I do that all the time. You look after yourself first, then others come in second. I mostly agree with that. Yeah, I do try to put myself first. I feel like I shouldn't, but unless something's going on, I'm like, okay, I need to put her first. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you just end up doing what you feel like at a given moment. So true. Your mood can change very quickly. Agreed. My mood, I feel like I'm bipolar because I could go from like happy to like pissed off and like that. It's ridiculous. You often contemplate the reasons for human existing or the meaning of life. Not really. No, I really don't care about that status stuff. Sorry, my mouse is like freaking out. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. Yeah. Or I just like sit at home and do nothing. You've got detailed education or career development plans stretching several years into the future. Yes, I do. I want to become an IT agent. I want to marry my boyfriend. I want to do a bunch of stuff. I want to have kids. Stuff like that. You rarely dwell on your regrets. Disagree. I always dwell on my regrets. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly makes you feel drained in need of a getaway. Yeah, I would say that, yeah. I mean, I work at a place where there are people 24/7, so. You see yourself more as a realist than a visionary. I kind of disagree with that. I don't know. You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have. See, if this said you find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you have already, I would say yes, because then I know what they're going through. But no, I would have to disagree with that, because I mean, if I've never experienced it, I can't empathize for them. Like I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, but like, unless I know how it feels, I have no clue how to act towards them. Like, should I be sorry for them? Like, should I, like, I feel like I am sorry for them, but I mean, I feel like I would have more empathy if I knew what they were going through. Like, if they lost someone, I'd be like, oh my gosh. Like, I know how they're feeling, kind of thing. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized efforts. Kind of, yeah. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm an emotional wreck. After a long and exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. I guess. I mean, I guess, but I've never really been invited to parties because, I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. No one really invites me anywhere except my friend Katie. I feel like I am not the most interesting person in the world. I feel like people don't really want to be my friend. They don't find me interesting enough. And I'm never invited to stuff. Like, there's some people that have like 6 or 7 friends. I have one. I have like 1 or 2. That's it. Like, it's my boyfriend and then Katie. I mean, and I mean, those are the best people I could ever have. But I mean, there are some people that have like loads and loads of friends. And like, people are like, well, why don't you ever go out and do something? I'm like, because my 2 friends are working right now. Like, I don't have like a bunch of friends that I can just call up and say, hey, you want to go do this? Because I don't feel like people find me interesting. I really don't. I don't feel like people think I'm either pretty enough or skinny enough or funny enough, or I always overthink things, and I just don't think people find me attractive or funny or nice, or I'm always in my head about that type of stuff. You frequently find yourself wondering how technology advancement could change in everyday life. Yes, considering I'm going into computers? Yes, I do. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. Yes. You still honor the commitments you have made even if you change of heart. Yeah, kind of. You rarely feel insecure. Disagree. Like I said, I feel insecure all the time. See results. Let's see what time the results. Mind. I'm 82% introverted. This trait determines how we interact with our environment. Okay. Your personality type is mediator. Okay. Energy. This trait shows where you direct our mental energy. Intuitive. Okay. Nature. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. Feeling. Yeah. Tactics. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making. Okay. Identity. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our ability to make decisions. 85% turbulent. Okay, so let's start reading here. Introduction. Mediator personalities are true idealists, always looking for the hint of good even in the worst of people and events, searching for ways to make things better. That is me. I literally look for the good in everybody. While they may be perceiving as calm, reserved, or even shy, like I said, mediators have an inner flame and passion that can truly shine. When people really get to know me, I can get a little sassy. Comprising of just 4% of the population, the risk of feeling misunderstood is unfortunately high for the mediator personality type. Oh my gosh, this is so me. But when they find like-minded people to spend their time with, the harmony they feel will be a fountain of joy and inspiration. Oh my god, this is so me. Oh my god. Being a part of the diplomat role group, mediators are guided by their principles rather than by logic, excitement, or practicality. When deciding how to move forward, they will look to honor, beauty, morality, and virtue. Mediators are led by the purity of their intent, not rewards and punishments. People who share the mediator personality type are proud of the quality, and rightly so, but not everyone understands the drive behind these feelings and can lead to isolation. All that gold does not glitter. Not all those who have wandered are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are reached by the frost. Oh, that's cool. We know what we are, but we know not what we may be. Oh, okay. This is so cool, you guys. This is so cool. At their best, these qualities enable mediators to communicate deeply with others, easily speaking in metaphors and parables, and understand and create symbols to share their ideas. Kind of. Fantasy worlds in particular fantasize mediators more than any other personality types. The strength of their visionary communication style lends itself well toward creative works, and it comes no surprise that many famous mediators are poets, writers, and actors. Hey, I was an actor. Understanding themselves and their place in the world is important to mediators, and they explore these ideas by projecting themselves under their work. Mediators have a talent for self-expression, revealing their beauty and their secrets through metaphors and fictional characters. Well, that's why I used to be an actor, fictional characters. Mediators' ability with language does not stop at their naive tongue either. As with most people who share diplomat personality types, they are considered gifted when it comes to learning a second or third language. Not really. I mean, I took almost 10 years of Spanish, and I know 3 words, so I guess. Their gift for communication also lends itself well to the mediator's desire for harmony, a recurring theme with diplomats, and helps them move forward and find their calling. Okay? Listen to many people, but talk to few. Unlike their extravagant cousins, though, mediators... Oh, extroverted, I'm sorry, not extravagant. Mediators will focus their attention on just a few people, a single worthy cause. Spread too thinly, then they'll run out of energy and even become dejected or overwhelmed by all the bad in the world that they can't fix. This is a sad sight for mediator friends who will come dependent on their rosy outlooks. If they are not careful, mediators can lose themselves in their quest for good and neglect the day-to-day upkeeping that life demands. Mediators often drift into deep thought, enjoying contemplating and hypothetical and the philosophical more than any other personality type. Left unchecked, mediators may start to lose touch, withdrawing into hermit mode, and can take a great deal of energy from their friends or partner to bring them back to the real world. That is so me. That is so me. Luckily, like the flowers in spring, mediators' affection, creativity, altruism, and idealism will always come back, rewarding them and those that they love, perhaps not with logic and utility, but with a worldview of the inspiration, compassion, kindness, and beauty wherever they go. Oh, that's cool. Oh, there's strengths and weaknesses. Let's see, is it my strengths and weaknesses? Diplomat, conservative, improvement, yeah. Idealists. Mediators, friends, and loved ones will come and admire depending on them for their optimism. Some people do say I am very happy. Their unshaken belief that all people are inherently good, perhaps simply misunderstood, lends itself to incredibly resilient attitude in the face of hardship. Seek value and harmony. This is really cool, you guys. I didn't know it was going to be this detailed. People with the mediator personality type have no interest in having power over others and don't care much for domineering attitudes at all. They prefer a more democratic approach and work hard to ensure their very voice and thing is heard. Oh, okay. Perspective is heard. Okay, that sounds a little bit like me. Open-minded and flexible. A live and let live attitude comes naturally to mediators and dislike being constrained by rules. Mediators give the benefit of the doubt too, as long as their principles and ideas are not really being challenged. They support others' right to do what they think is right. Very creative. Mediators combine their visionary nature with the open-mindedness to allow them to see future from unconventional perspectives. Being able to connect many far-flung dots into a single theme, it's no wonder that the mediators are celebrated poets and authors. Okay. Passionate and energetic. When something captures mediators' imagination and speaks to their beliefs, they all go in, dedicating their time, energy, and thoughts, emotions into the project. Yeah, their shyness keeps them from the podium, but they are the first to lend a help when it is needed. Yeah, that's me. Dedicated and hardworking. While others focus on the challenges of the moment, they may give up when going gets tough. Mediators, especially assertive ones, have the benefit of the far-reaching vision to help them through. Knowing what they are doing is meaningful gives people with this personality type a sense of purpose and even the courage when it comes to accomplishing something that they believe in. Cool. Let's see what my weaknesses are. Too idealistic. Mediators often take their idealism too far, setting themselves up for disappointment. Again and again, evil things happen in the world. This is true on a personal level too, as mediators may not just idealize their partners, but idolize them, forgetting that no one is perfect. I do. Too altruistic. Mediators sometimes see themselves as selfish, but only because they want to give so much that they aren't able to. This becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy as they try to push themselves to commit a chosen cause or person, forgetting to take care of the needs of others and their lives, and especially themselves. Impractical. When something captures mediators' imagination, they can neglect practical matters like day-to-day maintenance and simple pleasures. Sometimes people with the mediator personality type will take this escalism so far as to neglect eating and drinking as they pursue their passion or cause. Dislike dealing with data. Mediators are often focused on the big picture that they forget the forest is made of individual trees. Mediators are in tune with their emotions, morality, and when the facts and data contradict their ideas, it can be a real challenge for them. Oh my god, I think this is the exact same one. My sister took this test. I think she got mediator too. Because I remember her saying this. Oh my gosh, this is so weird. Take things personally. Mediators will also take challenges and criticism personally rather than inspiration to reassess their position. I do take a lot of stuff personally. Avoiding conflict as much as possible, mediators will put a great deal of time and energy into the align their principles and the criticism into a middle ground that satisfies everybody. Yeah. Difficult to get to know. Mediators are private, reserved, and self-conscious. This makes them notoriously difficult to really get to know, and their need for the qualities contributes to the guilt they often feel for not giving more of themselves to those they care about. Yep. Let's see the romantic relationship. Mediators are dreamy idealists, and in their pursuit of the perfect relationship, this quality shows strongest. Never short on imagination, mediators dream of the perfect relationship, forming an image of the pedestal ideal that is their soulmate, playing and replaying scenarios in their head into how things will be. This is the role that no person can hope to fill, and people that with the mediator personality type need to recognize that nobody's perfect and that relationships don't magically fall into place. They take compromise, understanding, and effort. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. Fortunately, these qualities that mediators are known for, and while it can be a challenge to separate long-fostered fantasies from reality, mediators tend to focus their attention to just on a few people in their lives, meaning that they will approach a new relationship wholeheartedly with a sense of inherent value, dedication, and trust. What is this? Mediators share a sincere belief in the ideas of relationships that two people can come together and make each other better and happier than they were alone, and that they take great efforts to show support and affection in order to make this ideal a reality. Oh, this is cool. On average, mediators spend more time listening to music than any other personality type. That's cool. But mediators aren't necessarily in a rush to commitment. They are, after all, prospecting P-types, and they are most also looking to establish a new relationship or improve an existing one. They need to assure that they found someone compatible. In dating, mediators will also start a flurry of comparisons, exploring all the ways the current flame matches with their ideal they've imagined. This progression can be a challenge for a new partner. Not everyone is able to keep up with the mediator's rich imagination and moral standards. If compatible and conflict over this initial rust mount, the relationship can end quickly, with mediators like sighing, "It wasn't meant to be." Sorry if you hear jingling, that's my dog. As a relationship takes hold, people with the mediator personality types will show themselves to be passionate, hopeless romantics while still respecting their partner independence. Mediators take time to understand that they are those they care about, while at the same time helping them to learn to grow and change. While mediators are well-meaning, they are not everyone appreciates, and what can come across as constant being told that they need to improve, or put another way, that they're not good enough. Yeah. Mediators will be aghast to find that their intents were interpreted this way, but it's a real risk, and if their partner is too adverse to conflict as mediators themselves, It can boil under the surface for some time before surfacing too late to fix. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. These aversions to conflict, while contributing greatly stability in the relationship done right, is probably the most urgent quality for mediators to work on. Between their sensitivity and imagination, mediators are prone to internalizing even object statement into facts, reading them into the themes and exaggerating consequences, sometimes responding as to those comments are metaphors designed to threaten and very foundation of these principles. Naturally, this is almost certainly an overreaction, and the mediators should practice what they preach and focus on improving their availability to respond to criticism with the calm objectivity rather than irrational accusations and weaponry guilt. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here. I might actually have to break this up into 2 different things, because there's friendship, parenthood, career paths, work conclusion, and then academy. So, because we're already at almost a half an hour kind of thing, so I might have to break this up. But that is their uncommon worst. At their best, mediators do everything they can to be an ideal partner, straying true to themselves and encouraging their partners to do the same. Mediators take the time, and particularly physically intimate, so that they can get to know their partners using their creativity to understand their wants and needs and to adapt to them. People with this personality types are generous in their affection, with a clear preference for putting the pleasure of their partners first. It is knowing that their partners are satisfied that mediators truly feel most pleasure. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think I'll do friendship, and then I think I'll end it here, and then part 2 I'll do parenthood, career paths, workplace habits, and then the conclusion. The true friends with people and the mediators' personality types tend to be a few far from in between, but those that make the cut are often friends for life. The challenge is that many dualities that this type harbors when it comes to being sociable. Mediators crave the depth of mutual human understanding, but tire easily in social situations. They are excellent at reading into others' feelings and motivations, but are often unwilling to provide others with the same insight into themselves. It is those mediators like the idea of human contact, but not the reality of social contact. How poor they are not to have patience. In a lot of ways, this limits the potential pool of friends to other types in diplomat role groups, who are able to pick up on the subtle clues left by their mediator friends, and who are most likely not to enjoy something of a human enigma. A friendship with a turbulent exclusive, on the other hand, governed by social conventions, I cannot read today, and communication participation as they were almost a I have no clue what that word is. We're just not going to say that, because I have no clue what that word is. Though mediators may be able to find the idea of being paired with the opposite fantasizing, though outweighs the practical challenges such as a friendship. To top it all off, ideas like networking and the friend of my friend is my friend holds little weight with mediators. Friendships are earned by their own merit by dint of the intuitive respective mediators have for those with similar principles and values rather than more practical alignments like those of coworkers. Mediators tend to protect their sensitive inner cores and values from criticism, especially if they are on a more turbulent side of the spectrum, means that acquaintances will likely get nowhere near them without sustaining and tactful effort. But if mediators shield and properly navigate and they decide to open up and trust another person, a strong, stable friendship will ensue, marked by passionate support and idealism, subtle poetic wit, and a level of emotional insight that is too hard to match. Mediators' friends will be rewarded with calm sensitivity and depth and ever-present desire to help learn and grow. But even the most confident and assertive mediators will only be able to keep up this relaxed and present exterior for so long. Even as friendship grows stronger and deeper and friends are lulled into a sense of mutual understanding, mediators' enigmatic qualities will never truly vanish. That is so true, because I only have 2 friends. So once I feel safe with someone, I'm literally latched on to them. If there's a group of people and I only know 2, I'm only speaking to those 2. I'm not speaking to the other ones. Unless they introduce me, I'm kind of leaning towards my friends that I already know. Mediators will always need to disappear for a while, removing themselves from others so they can recenter on their own minds and feelings. Often enough, people with the mediator personality type will emerge from this time alone, having to come some monumentous decision that even their closest friend didn't know was weighing on them. evading even the option of receiving the sort of support and advice they take so readily give, such as mediators' way for better or for worse. Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna finish it. I thought I was just gonna do it, but I'm just gonna finish this. If it's an hour long, it's an hour long. Parenthood. People who share mediator personality types share a tendency not only to strive to learn and grow as principled, moral individuals, but likely-minded people on that journey with them. If their own subtle way, often shy way, mediators want to lead others forward, a kindred spirit, they will also find no greater opportunity for this than a parenthood. From the start, mediators' parents are warm, loving, and supportive, and take immeasurable joy in the wide-eyed wonder of their children as they explore, learn, and grow. Well, this will help me when I become a parent. People with the mediator personality will give their children the freedom that they need to do this, keeping an open mind and letting their children gain their own sense of understanding. At the same time, mediator parents will try to provide a backdrop of this freedom and experience, establishing a set of morals and values that guide that liberty with a sense of personal responsibility. Okay. Mediators never stop encouraging their children to learn and grow, and they consider it their duty to inspire and motivate them, both by using their sensitivity and intuition to speak to their children's language and by leading the way themselves. Okay. However, the sense of responsibility has a harder side. If their children fall foul of their mediator parent values, it will not be taken lightly. People with the mediator personality type take their responsibilities in parenthood seriously, and this measures above all others. Interesting. I did think about that. Like, if my thing, I wanted to see how I handle it, and I would not take anything lightly. In some ways, mediator tendencies to hide their inner selves from view can be an advantage in parenting, as they are able to portray themselves as good role models on the outside, shielding their loved ones not just from their own occasional anger and depression, but from the broader evils in the world as well. Yeah, I will never show anybody that I'm feeling any sort of way, especially my kids. I will always try to make sure that I'm feeling happy for them. This helps mediators to demonstrate outwardly the moral lessons that they want their children to adopt, and at the same time to establish a sense of harmony in the household. Modest doubt is called the beacon of the wise. The biggest challenge for mediator parents, especially more turbulent types who often have more trouble with self-doubt than most, is to establish more practical and day-to-day structural rules. Mediators may be able to convey the abstract value of honesty in a remarkable scale, but it's not always easy to equate that idea with the practicality reality of their children being home from the movies when they said they were going to be, and it's especially challenging when these misunderstandings result in conflict. In these kind of situations, mediator personalities do best with their partner who is able to play a stronger hand in the more administrative tasks than they can, so they can focus on the underlying spirit of those rules. Yeah. So, like, if something happens, like, and I don't want to get into conflict, I'll send my husband. Let's see, what kind of career paths do I have? This really goes into detail, and I love it, because they're pretty much spot on with me right now. It is perhaps more challenging for mediators to find a satisfying career than any other type. Though intelligent, the legitimate learning style of most schools make longer years, earning an advanced degree of formidable undertaking for people with a mediator personality type. I am so sorry. It is like 8 o'clock in the morning when I'm recording this video, so I'm a little tired right now, so I do apologize. At the same time, that's what often needed in advance a field that rings true for them. Mediators often wish that they could just be doing what they love without the stress and rigor of professional life. Oftentimes, as with so many things, the answer lies somewhere in the middle, in a line of work that begins with passion and dedication, but what comes requiring training, so the academia, no, I'm saying that word wrong, but whatever, feels intimately, I can't speak, I can't say words, linked to that passion. Too many mediators drift in frustration, oh my gosh, ultimately succumbing to the necessities to day-to-day life in a job that wasn't meant for them. But it turns out that despite such exacting demands, modern economic places premium on the very keys of the mediator's challenge: their creativity, independence, and needs for meaningful relationship with individuals who need their help. That's why I want to be an IT agent. There's a place and means for everyone. First and foremost, it's seemingly every mediator's dream growing up to become an author. Not really. I don't want to become an author. I want to become a technician. While the novel is a classic choice, it is rarely an accessible one, and there are many viable options for freedom-loving mediators. The internet brings to the world the opportunities of blogging and freelancing work as organizations expand their reach beyond the naive tongues that they will be dependent on mediator personality types with their gift for language and written expression to take their rougher translation and stale pitches and inject them with a sense of beauty and poetry. Smaller organizations will need more than ever to express elegance of value and bring their local communities. Most any cause, idea, or field can benefit from the artful and natural expression that mediators bring to the table, and mediators have their pick of the world in choosing who they work with. Cool. The real beauty here is that it takes a core interest that people with the mediator personality type can share while helping a cause that they believe in independently through creative expressions and personal growth, and makes it applicable to any interest there is. There is always a need, and now more than ever, to win people's hearts and minds with the written word. Some mediators will prefer a still more personal touch, able to work face-to-face with clients, seeing their personal effect really impact their others' qualities of life. Service careers such as massage therapy, physical rehabilitation, counseling, social work, psychology, and in academic roles and retraining can be exceptionally rewarding for mediators who take pride in the progress and growth help foster. People with the mediator personality type have a tendency to put others' interests ahead of their own, a mixed blessing of itself, but when a patient takes their first unaided step in the long road to recovery after an accident, nothing will feel more rewarding than that selflessness. Yeah. Oh, if I was a nurse? Yeah, definitely. If to do were as easy as to know what we're good to do. No, okay. Where mediators will not thrive is a high-stress, team-heavy, busy environment that burdens them with the bureaucracy and tedium. Mediators need to be able to work with creativity and consideration, high-pressure salesperson that they are not. It can be a challenge to avoid these roles, and that they are biased for so much starting work, and it's often a risk to break away from something less dependable but more rewarding. To find a career that resonates with mediators' value, that is more than a job, sometimes it's just what needs to be done. That's how I am at work. But it's not a high-stress, team-heavy, busy environment at work. But, sometimes it does get stressful. Sometimes it gets really busy. But I feel like I do thrive a little bit more in that place. So, workplace habits. In the workplace, mediators face the challenges of taking their work and their professional personally. To mediators, if it isn't worth doing, it really isn't worth doing. Oh, no, if it's worth doing to me, I'll do it. And the sense the moral purpose in their work colors everything how they respond to authority on how they express it. Though the way the mediator personality type shows through depends on the position, there are a few basic truths about what mediators seek in the workplace. They value harmony, need an emotional and moral connection to their work, and loathe bureaucratic tedium. Mediators subordinates. As subordinates, mediators prefer latitude and would much rather immerse themselves in a project alone or with a close team than simply be told what tasks to do and move on. People with the mediator personality types aren't looking for an easy or unforgettable work that pays the bills. They are looking for a meaningful work that actually want to think about and helps for their managers to frame responsibilities and term and emotional merits rather than cold rationalizations or business for its own sake. Mediators would rather know their work will help others deliver a service they believe that is known, their bottom line, than to know that the bottom line has been boosted by 3%. Yeah. Like, if I help someone at work and I know, and I'm helping them, they're like, thank you so much. I feel like I did good because I helped them. If these standards are met, managers will find extremely dedicated and considerate employees and mediators. And as idealist opportunity seekers, mediators may not always work well in technical applications where the facts and logical really matters and critique is often necessary, but they work beautifully in more human creative endeavors. No, I'm going for computers, so that is the technical aspect of it. While sometimes, especially those in the idealist role group, respond favorably to negative feedback, taking criticism an opportunity to not make the same mistake twice. People with the mediator personality would much rather hear what they did right and focus on what to do rather than what not to do. Yeah, I don't take criticism very easily. Mediators feel more comfortable among colleagues that they are interested in controlling others and have similar distaste for being controlled. Among their colleagues, mediators will feel freer to share their ideas, and while they maintain some psychological distance, they may make every person to feel pleasant, friendly, and supportive, so long as their co-workers reciprocate. Yeah. Mediators don't like conflict or picking sides and will do everything that they can to maintain harmony and cooperation. Yeah, I do not like picking sides. And if they're like, well, I'm right, no, who do you pick? I'm like, I don't know. Most of this comes down to good communication, with mediators prefer to conduct in person for that personal touch, or in writing where they can compose and perfect their statement. People with the mediator personality type avoid using phones if they can, having the worst of both worlds, being both detached and uncomposed. Mediators also feel like their conversations are meaningful, and while they enjoy exploring physical philosophy and more than most, their patience or arbitrary hypothetical brainstorming or dense technical discussion is limited. I mean, I think I would switch technical discussions and philosophy a little bit, because, I mean, if someone starts talking about computers, I could talk for, like, hours. But, I mean, if they start talking about, like Freud and, like, all the, like, philosophers, I'd be like, I don't really care. Mediators, managers. As managers, mediators are among the least to seem like managers. They're egalitarian. I have no clue what that word is. Attitudes lend respect to every subordinate, preferring communication as human beings as they are a boss or employee opposition. People with the mediator personality types are flexible, open-minded, and give their subordinates the tools they need, be their responsible delegation or intuitive recipient sounding board to get the job done. Keeping their eyes on the horizon, mediators set goals to achieve a desirable end and help the people working on them to make sure it happens. Yeah, if someone says, like, oh, hey, I want to get, like, my friend Katie, she said she wanted to start her own YouTube channel. I thought that was great. She didn't know what to do, but, we were talking about some ideas and stuff like that. I think she should go for it. She also wants to get a Mac computer. I said I could help her if she wants to. Anybody that really needs my help, if I know what to do, I can help them in any way, shape, or form. Even if I don't, like, I used to give, before I was even in a relationship, I would give people relationship all the time, because that would, like, the way I would want it. I mean, I guess that's good, I guess. There's a downside to the style. Sometimes the boss just needs to be the boss. Mediators know how they feel about criticism and are reluctant to subject others to the same experience, whether it's needed or even welcome. Further complicating this role, when mediators are under stress, as when someone really wants warrant criticism, they can become extremely emotional. Maybe they not show it, but it can affect their judgment or even cause them to withdraw inwards in ways they can really hold back their team. Yeah. Let's see the conclusion here. Few personality types are as poetic and kind-hearted as mediators. Their altruism and vivid imagination allow mediators to overcome many challenging obstacles, more often not than brightening the lives of those around them. Mediators' creativity is invaluable in many areas, including their own personal growth. Yet mediators can easily trip up in areas where idealism and altruism are more than a liability of the asset. Whether it is finding or keeping a partner, making friends, reaching dazzling heights on their career ladder, or planning for the future, mediators need to put in a conscious effort to develop their weaker traits and additional skills. Okay. What you have read so far is just an introduction into the complex compass that is the mediator personality type. You may have muttered to yourself, wow, this is so accurate, it's a little creepy, or finally someone understands me. You may even have asked, how do you know more of me than other people I'm closest to? This is not a trick. You felt understood because you were. We've studied how mediators think and what they reach their full potential. And no, we did not spy on you. Many of the challenges you face and will face in the future have been overcome by other mediators. You simply need to learn how they succeeded. But in order to do that, you need to have a plan, a personality roadmap. The best car in the world will not take you to the right place if you do not know where you want to go. We have told you how mediators tend to behave in certain circumstances and what their key strengths and weaknesses are. Now we need to go much deeper into your personality type and answer why, how, and what if. This acknowledgement is also the beginning of a lifelong journey. Are you ready to learn why mediators act the way they do? What motivates and inspires you? What are afraid and what you're secretly dream about? How you can unlock your true exceptional potential? Oh, our premium profile provides a roadmap towards a happier, more successful, and more versatile you. They are not for everyone, though. You need to be willing and able to challenge yourself to go beyond the obvious and imagine your own path instead of going with the flow. If you want to take the reins of your own hands, we are here to help you. Wow, that is so cool. So I'm a mediator type. Wow. Wow, they really went into detail. And there's some things I really like, they got spot on, and some things I really disagree with. But yeah, they got pretty much spot on. So that was really, really fun, you guys. So hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe down below. If there's any other tests or anything you guys would want me to take, let me know down in the comment sections below, okay? And what do you guys think I am? Do you guys think I'm a mediator? Do you guys think I answered those questions pretty accurately? If you guys know me, let me know what you think. So hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Stay sunny, everybody.